Hey everyone, this is Marjy Marge. Welcome to Humanity Chats with Marjy. We do this at 7 p.m. Eastern, and what we do is we get together to talk about everyday issues that impact humans. Today, we're bringing you a very special show. Welcome to our YouTube viewers, welcome to our Facebook viewers. I haven't been able to share this on Facebook because I'm on a different device. So, guys, you're going to have to help me out. If you're watching from Facebook, please share this on your page. We want a lot of people to come here and listen to Kojo. He is the first Black and youngest nominee for Congress in Oklahoma District 1, I believe. And so we're going to hear from this young man and share this, tell your network. And if you're here, wherever you're watching from, please put it in the chat room. We want to know where our viewers are watching from. So if you're in Oklahoma, hey, let's hear from you. If you're from South Carolina, I'm here for that. North Carolina, wherever you are, make sure you drop it in that chat room. And if you have questions for Kojo, he is ready to answer those questions. I have read about this young man. I actually learned about him on LinkedIn. And when I saw that post, I was like, oh, wow. He went to law school and he decided to become a kindergarten teacher. It is impressive to read about people like that. And so I am glad to bring you Kojo Asamoa-Caesar tonight. We're going to be bringing him to the studio shortly. And so we're going to have a short intro video play. Let's go. Hey, Kojo.
Hello, Marjy. How are you doing?
I am good. It is good to see you tonight.
It is awesome to be here. I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Yes. Well, viewers, welcome to Humanity Chats with Marjy. Tonight we have Kojo Asamoa-Caesar, all the way from is it Tulsa?
Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah.
Yes, all the way from Tulsa, Oklahoma. It is such an honor to have him here with us tonight. Now, we know that almost everybody is getting ready for that presidential debate coming on tonight. So this is kind of like a little preview of what you're going to be doing tonight. You get to watch the first act with Kojo, and then you go on and watch Vice President Biden and President Trump.
Marjy, I'm doing it right now, but I was going to interrupt you to say, don't worry, I won't be interrupting you anymore during our conversation today, because that's what we saw during the last debate, a whole lot of interruptions. So thank God for the mute button.
Well, Kojo, it's good to have you here. As we said in our previous conversation, this is Humanity Chats. We try not to be political, but you know what we all have in common is that we are human. And so we're here tonight to get to know you better, and then for you also to tell us your vision about America. Your vision for America and your vision for Oklahoma, especially Tulsa. But you know what? I think there are some people here, so we just want to highlight their comments. We have Alba Cato Anderson. She is excited. Yes, Abba, we are excited too. And Abba, can you please share this with your network? Tell them all to get here and come watch Kojo, because I am not able to share it. And we want to make sure that people get to learn about this first Black nominee for Congress from Oklahoma. I mean, how cool is that? That is Black excellence. We see that Rachel Dodu says, hey, she is from Gastonia. Oh, yay. So we have, and she is a YouTube viewer. So yeah, we have somebody from North Carolina. Okay, hats off to North Carolina. I believe Alba is from Florida. Hats up to Alba. And oh, see, we have, come on now. Amapoku says, well, congratulations. Well, thank you from Kojo. Thank you from Kojo Ama.
Thank you, Ama.
We see it's picking up. And oh, I see your press team is also busy saying help us send Kojo Asamoa-Caesar to Congress.
Yes.
For congress.com/win. Well, viewers, you are looking at that website, and so visit it, learn more about Kojo. Before we get started, wow, I have done a lot of talking, Kojo.
It's fine. It's fine. You're doing well. You're doing well. Keep talking.
Well, Kojo, would you mind telling us a little bit about Kojo? Who is Kojo?
Yes. Well, thank you so much for having me. My name is Kojo Asamoa-Caesar, and I am first and foremost a husband. I'm married to Onika Asamoa-Caesar. We met on June 4th, 2013, right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and got married on June 4th, 2016. I'm also a new dad, a new girl dad, this year on April 10th. After 77 hours of labor, my wife delivered our beautiful young daughter, and we called her Hadessa because she was born for such a time as this. She's named after Queen Esther in the Bible. And so it's just amazing to be her father and to watch her grow up. She's about 6 months now, so it's been a joy. I am also a son. My parents are from Ghana, West Africa. They emigrated to the United States in the early 80s in pursuit of the American dream. All right. And because of their sacrifices, their son, was able to attend great public schools. So I'm a proud product of public schools. Went to public schools all throughout my schooling career. Was the first in my family to graduate from college. Graduated from Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia. Then went on to law school at the College of William and Mary, the oldest law school in the nation, and then graduated from there. All right, and filled with gratitude and filled with this notion that the American dream can be a possibility, because my life was an example of that, but also noticing that not everyone had equal access to that opportunity, I decided to forego a practice in law and instead become a teacher and teach for America. And so I told the program, Teach for America, to send me where the need was highest, and they sent me to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I came here as a kindergarten teacher in 2013. And one thing has led to another, and now I am the Democratic nominee for Congress here in Oklahoma's 1st District, which is anchored by Tulsa County, but also includes Washington County and Wagner County. And we're looking forward to the general election on November 3rd, and we're going to bring this home. And when we win, we would be the first Ghanaian American to win a congressional seat in a federal office in this country, and the first one with roots from West Africa. So it's pretty significant, all right? And the first Black person in my district, home to Black Wall Street, right? AKA Little Africa, the first Black person elected to Congress from this district. So it has the potential to be a historic win if we're able to pull it off in about 2 weeks.
Wow, Kojo, that's a lot. Viewers, you heard the guy's been to law school and he decided to be a kindergarten teacher. He's like coming out of a book, like it's unreal. And he's a proud son. He is a husband. He is a girl dad. I'm loving that. You know, Kojo, I am impressed with your resume. And you know what? I have some people saying some sweet things here. You have Angela Quay watching from New York. Amazing. You have people from all over. Yeah. And let's see. This is Bala watching from Ohio. And
Ohio. And they're
yeah,
watching from all the swing states, right? We got Ohio, we got Florida in here, we got Georgia, North Carolina. So that's awesome. That's awesome. All the swing states that we need to win the
we got
presidency
Beryl
with Joe
from
Biden.
Maryland.
Maryland, that's awesome.
Yes, yes, yes. And then we have well wishes from Echo Fischel. He is saying congratulations on the baby, on your career and the baby.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. Wow, this is amazing. We have people from all over. Now we have Trailblazer and Pioneer from Rosemont. I believe Rosemont is watching from Minnesota.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, Rosemont.
Yes. And Kwabena is saying good luck. Kwabena is watching from Virginia.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
the state of my birth. Thank you. Thank you, Kwabena.
And you have Mercy Lugutera from Maryland. I mean,
thank you, Mercy.
This is amazing. Thank you guys for watching.
Yes.
YouTube viewers, don't forget, you can share this, WhatsApp it to your different groups. Let people learn about Kojo and what he is doing. He is a trailblazer, just like Rosemont said. And his win in his primary is historic. Now we even have somebody from Wisconsin.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes. Kojo thanks you all for watching. Make sure you tell your network about this. If you know people in Oklahoma, most importantly, let them also know about Kojo and what he's doing. Now, Kojo, you have told me who Kojo is. Now, can you tell me why you decided to go into politics?
Yes. Well, I'll start with this, actually. So I was actually, back in January 2018, I was a principal. I was a founding principal of a school, elementary school here in North Tulsa called Greenwood Leadership Academy. And I heard a news report coming straight from the White House that our president, the leader of the free world, was sitting in the Oval Office wondering out loud to his staff why America didn't have more immigrants coming from the Nordic countries like Norway and Sweden, right? And instead, we were stuck with these immigrants who were coming from quote unquote shithole countries, right? And these Africans need to go back to the shithole countries they came from, right? And I wasn't really, keeping up with politics at the time, but that news report caught my attention because he was talking about me. He was talking about my parents, and he was talking about a whole lot of Americans, right? And he was using that language to demean, diminish, and disqualify them from full participation as Americans in this country, right? And that is not the story of America that my parents told me, right? They told me that this country was the land of opportunity, right? It was a place where doors were open to anybody who was brave enough, right, and had the will to get here. And if you got here and you're willing to work hard, you could go as far as your talents could take you. And that many people had made contributions to this country, right? And in fact, we were a nation of immigrants because unless you are Native American, and here in Oklahoma, we know something about that because we have a lot of Native Americans here because we were where the Trail of Tears ended. Unless you're Native American, your family came from somewhere else as well, right? So we are truly a nation of immigrants. And so to denigrate certain group of immigrants and other them and try to act as if they do not belong or that they do not contribute to the greatness of this country, that was repugnant to me, right? And so that planted the seed of potentially going into politics and being a part of this political discourse and telling a different story about what truly makes America the kind of country that immigrants and people from other countries want to come to, right? And then obviously, being an educator and being in Oklahoma and being in a place where we are 49th in the nation in education funding, in the place where since 2009, we lead the nation in cuts to our education budget. All right. Meanwhile, we lead the nation in the rate of incarceration. So we have a literal school to prison pipeline going on here, and we pay our teachers right pennies. Right. I was making $32,000 a year, for instance, as a kindergarten teacher, and as a result of that, in the past 6 years, over 30,000 teachers have quit the profession after working in Oklahoma. All right. And we know that teachers are the number one school-based variable to student success. And I know that growing up, my teachers were everything. I actually grew up without my father in my life. All right. And my mom unfortunately got sick when I was headed to high school. And so my teachers were everything. They encouraged me, they mentored me, they gave me positive messages, right? And I am a product of right their mentorship and their guidance. And so I know the importance of teaching, teachers and teachers. And my state here in Oklahoma, we are not investing in teachers. Matter of fact, 2 years ago, teachers literally walked out of school, and we had to shut down our schools for a couple of weeks because teachers marched to the state capitol in OKC to beg our elected officials to please fund our education system. Please pay teachers what they're worth so they don't have to work at Walmart on the weekends just to make ends meet, right? And so, quite frankly, I am running for Congress to go over the heads of our state leaders, to bring federal dollars to our state to help fund our education system, to help reverse the school to prison pipeline, all right, and to build a community and a state of opportunity, all right, so that everyone can have a shot at the American dream, all right. And what the people really want is an America that lives up to its promise. What the people want is an Oklahoma that works for all of us, and it is possible. And if we elect the right kind of leaders who care about people, who are servant leaders, right, and selfless leaders instead of self-dealers who are only in it for themselves, if we elect servant leaders, we can actually change the tide, right, and build a country that works for all of us. So that's why I'm running for Congress.
Well, viewers, you heard the young man. He has told you why he decided to run and what motivated him to put his hat in the race. Now, Kojo, you've told us why you decided to run. Do you have a vision for your district? And if so, what is that vision?
Yes, I definitely do. And for my district, so if you're if you're somebody seeking elected office, right, you do have to ask yourself, what do the people want? Because you have to represent the people. We live in a representative democracy, in a government of the people, by the people, for the people. And I believe, like Barbara Jordan believed, that the people want an America as good as its promise, right? And the people of Oklahoma and the first district want an Oklahoma that works for all of us, right? They want to be proud of the leaders that they're sending to represent them, right, at the state capitol and in Washington, D.C. They are looking for character in their leaders. They're looking for compassion in their leaders. They're looking for competence in their leaders. They're looking for leaders who care not just about the next election, but the next generation. Leaders who are going to go into office and work to ensure that our children, all right, are going to be more successful than we were, right? And leaders who are going to build community, right? Leaders who are going to bridge the divide. Our campaign slogan is "Bridge the Divide" because we live in a dangerously divided time. And unfortunately, we have leaders who wake up every day and intentionally try to divide us, intentionally try to find the wedge issues that they can, press on and push on that will enrage us, that will sow chaos and confusion. And they scapegoat one group and pit that group against another group. And they do this for their own political benefit. Meanwhile, our country is burning. Our communities are struggling. All right. People are depressed. People are losing hope. And so we need to turn the page, all right, on 2020. We need to turn the page on Trumpism and the Trump era. We need a reinvigoration of decency, right, and selfless leadership. So that above all else. We also need to reinvigorate our democracy, right? We need to once again declare that the highest office in a democracy is the office of citizen, all right? And that we need to empower more people to vote, right? And the more people that vote, the better for our democracy. And we need to make it easier for people to vote. And we need to restore trust in the integrity of our elections, right? And if we can do that, then we can actually get to the work, right, of enacting policies that restore our middle class, policies that help ensure that we can revive the American dream, right? That we can fund our education system, that we can pay teachers, right, what they're worth, that we can ensure that everyone has access to health care, that we can raise the minimum wage to a living wage so that in the greatest country on earth, you don't have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet, right? That we can actually end the failed war on drugs, right? And have a just criminal justice system, all right? So that we can move forward together as one country, all right? So all these different things. And then we can do the common sense things to ensure that we have a clean planet, right, to bequeath to the next generation. So those are all the different issues that we hear when we talk to voters in our districts. And we can do it, and we're going to go to Congress and work every day to make sure we can build that kind of country, that kind of state, and that kind of district.
Well, viewers, you just had Kojo's vision. That's a man with a lot of ambition. He has goals, and these are the things he wants to do for his constituents. Now, I'm going to go back to some of our viewers just so you know. Okay, I guess this is probably somebody that you know. They're saying they're from New York. Yes. And Ikuya says, best wishes, Kojo. He is rooting for you. Abba is saying, well said. Yes. And if you were from Canada.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, viewers, thank you for tuning in to listen to Kojo. If you're watching, please share this with your network so that the young ones can learn that it is possible to stand up for what you believe in. Now, as you all know, Humanity Chats is not a political show, but what we have in common is our humanity. And so we're talking to Kojo, talking about his dreams and his aspirations. It may be that we support what he's saying. It may be that we don't. But the most important thing is that he has taken up that leadership mantle, and he is a role model for several young people. For him to even be a kindergarten teacher. Now, Kojo, what made you do that right out of law school?
Yeah, after law school, as I was about to graduate from law school, I just really started thinking hard about what I wanted to do in my life, right? And it was an important inflection and transition point. And, my name is Kojo. Kojo is given to one born on Monday, all right? If you're from Ghana, you're aware of that. By the way, it also means unconquerable. But being born on Monday, it meant that I have to enjoy the day that I was born, right? So I have to wake up on Monday mornings and enjoy going to work, right? I can't wake up on Monday morning and be depressed about what I'm doing. And so I knew that I couldn't just do the next thing just because it was the next thing. I had to, really do some soul searching. And I wanted to dedicate myself to a cause that was greater than myself, right? And to do that, and to search your soul is to search your story. And so I, talked to my mom. I actually took a trip back to Ghana, and it became very clear to me that the American dream was a central theme in my family's story, right? My mom literally applied for a diversity visa lottery, all right, and was one of, I guess, like 50,000 people across the globe that won. And that's what brought her here. And the main difference between me and maybe some other kids in Ghana who didn't have the same opportunity was that my mom won that lottery. She came to the States, and I had access to great public schools and a great education. And education was the escalator that got me on the path to the American dream. right? So if I was going to commit myself to a cause, why not education? And why not use education as a way to help ensure that others can also achieve the American dream? All right. And so that was the thinking, right? And why not be a kindergarten teacher and reach kids at the earliest stages so that I can really influence them for the future, right? And so that was the impetus for me making that decision, and I felt called to do it. And so much so that I told Teach for America, I'm not even going to tell y'all where I want to go. You tell me where you need me. And they sent me to Oklahoma.
Oh, wow. So you lived in Virginia and you moved to Oklahoma because Teach for America sent you there?
Yes, yes. So my story is interesting. I was born in Alexandria, Virginia. All right. At the age of 2, though, my mom, being a single working class immigrant mom and having to work 2 jobs to make ends meet and taking community college classes to try to complete her education, as you can imagine, it was hard to care for me. And she had a big family back in Ghana. And so she sent me back to Ghana at the age of 2. And I lived in Ghana from age 2 to age 10 with my aunt, who I actually called Mama because I was so young. I thought she was my mom, and she took me in as one of her own. And so I lived in Ghana from age 2 to 10. And at age 10, I returned and rejoined my mom here in Virginia in the States.
Wow. So, you're all American, but then you are as much Ghanaian as you are American. Now, so what is your favorite meal then, Kojo?
Oh, man. Well, so actually growing up in Ghana, it was actually rice and chicken stew and a little salad on the side, right? So Mama knew I loved that. That was my favorite. But I also love jollof rice, obviously. It's a staple. Also, fufu and peanut butter soup, right? Like that's awesome. Kelewele was also great, And then my favorite kind of snack after school would be a bofrots, right, with a little pasticle, right after school. That just made my day. So.
Well, I don't know. You have messed up this whole conversation because now I am really craving for bofroats, and I don't know. My sister-in-law who lives in Virginia makes the best bofroat.
Oh
So
wow, I gotta hit
so
her up then.
yes, just because of this conversation, I think I have to head to Virginia next weekend to go get myself some bofroat.
Right. It's great. And meat pie. Don't forget meat pie. Meat pies are also awesome. I haven't had meat pie in a long time.
I know meat pie is basically beef empanada, just that it's baked.
Right.
It's,
Right.
that's it. We are a global world. It's surprising, but you would eat an Indian dish and realize that, oh, you do have the same dish in Ghana, or it would be Mexican, and it's like, oh, this tastes like something that I know because
Yes.
jollof rice is called Spanish rice.
Right.
So we live in a global world, and
Yeah.
so with the way things are going, we have to bring up the next generation to be global citizens.
Exactly.
And I think by you being a kindergarten teacher, that was something that you did, and I want to thank you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Because we don't have a lot of male role models who are teachers, and so that is a big deal, Kojo.
Yeah. No, it's true. Especially in early childhood education. I think just in overall education, only 2% of teachers are Black men. Right, that is a low number. And then when you get to the earliest ages, we're non-existent. So that's part of why I chose to be a kindergarten teacher. And my first year I had 20 students. 14 of them were boys, 13 were Black boys, right? And so we know representation matters, and for them to be able to see themselves and the teacher that's standing in front of them every day made a world of a difference.
Well, yeah, representation truly matters. That is one of my biggest platforms. I actually have a book titled "Same Elephants," which is it's a Muslim girl, a Christian girl, two black girls, two white girls, and it talks about their journey, their friendship, and the racial inequities that they face, and the representation that we need in society, because when we're young and we see people who look like us do great things, we aspire to be like them.
Right.
We dream that we can be physicians too, that we could be a lawyer too. A kid who may be watching this would be inspired that, one day I can run for Congress.
Yes.
One day I can be a senator. So
Yeah.
that is amazing that you have that platform as well. Now back to the chat room. I think we have some funny statements here. Abba said she's going to bring a tray of buffalo and meat pie to Congress. Oh my
Oh
God.
man, I gotta win then. This means I have to win because I want that bullfroats and meat pie.
Abba, they're going to kick you out, man. We have Mami Yabosua Norman saying congratulations.
Thank you.
And then saying that Yum Foods, Ghana Foods.
Yes.
Now, that reminds me about Ghana versus Nigeria jollof.
Oh man.
That war.
We all know the answer to that, right? That I think there was a cook-off, right? Wasn't there a cook-off last year or something like that? And Ghana won. So let's end the debate. Ghana is number one. First place for jollof rice. Nigeria, it's okay. Second place is fine. Don't fight it. It's okay.
All right, Niger babies, did you hear that? Now we have a sayer saying, wow, our next American president. Well, she has faith in you. I know you had all these positive comments. Ernest Yangson is watching from Ghana, and he's saying, congratulations, Kojo, and wishing you the best of luck.
Thank you, Ernest.
Yes. This is amazing. Thank you guys for tuning in. Now, remember to share this with your network because you want people to get familiar with Kojo. He's here for the long haul. Get to know him. If you can make him a bowl of buffalo, hit him up and get his address so you can send him the buffalo, right? Yeah. Wow. Now, Kojo, you did talk about your mother, that she got sick. I want to know more. Is she still in Virginia?
So my mom is in Ghana right now. So my mom's story is truly remarkable. She is one of 9 kids growing up in Ghana, in Accra. Won the visa lottery to come over here, made the 5,000-mile trek across the Atlantic to come to the United States. And, she had the equivalent of what is an associate's degree in Ghana. And when she got here, she realized that those credits don't transfer to American educational institutions. So she had to start all over again. And her dream was to be a doctor, the healthcare provider. And so, she had to start all over again, work and go to school and, do that whole thing. And at age 2, she had to give up her son, right? And so those were tough decisions, but she was trying to build a better life for herself and for me, right? And for the next generation. And unfortunately, she got here at age 23, it was 1983. And then at the age of 37, is when she suffered the stroke, or age 38, I believe it was. She suffered a stroke. The whole left side of her body became paralyzed. She says all the stress of those years finally caught up to her. All right. And so she spent about 4 months in the hospital, racked up a bunch of medical debt, and became bankrupt. And then, family decided it would be best for her to return to Ghana to recover. So in the year 2000, she went back to Ghana to recover, and I was 14 years old. So in the span of 4 short years that I returned to join her, we were once again separated. And I moved in with my uncle, who was a taxi driver through my high school years. But my mom's, since really done well in recovering. and is doing well. And she's, a praying mother, and she's always praying for me and encouraging me. And I am carrying forth that legacy, right? And my story is connected to her story. And so even though she wasn't able to achieve her dream of becoming a doctor, here I am, her son, right, a Democratic nominee for Congress. And, I believe we're on our way to victory. But, it just shows you that you never give up, and you use whatever circumstances and obstacles are in your way. You find the silver lining and the good in it, right? And you strive to be better. And so I'm running for my mom, right? I'm running for, young people out there. I'm running for you and your son, right? And to know that there is possibility, and we have great potential, and that we can dream big, and we can chase after those dreams. And even if it doesn't happen in one generation, it can happen in the next generation, right? And so my mom is very proud. My whole family is very proud, and I'm glad to be carrying the torch for them.
Well, I can only imagine your family will be very proud. Hey, your mom has a son who is a lawyer, and now he is he is running for Congress, and he is the first Ghanaian American to do so. I mean, your mom I'm sure she's beside herself, and we're praying that she will continue to remain healthy.
Yes, definitely, 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 definitely. One of the great moments was when after I won the primary, the Democratic primary, and the news got out. A lot of media outlets in Ghana and on the African continent as a whole reached out, because we were the first Ghanaian American to be nominated by a major party, and so I was doing all these interviews. And so many interviews that I didn't really kind of even look into what the outlets were, and what country it was coming from. And so one day I did a news interview, and after the interview, I got all these text messages from my family with pictures of me on the TV screen, right, in Ghana. And turns out I was on the local news, right, in Ghana. It was Joy News, actually. So that was a kind of a surreal moment, right, of them being in Ghana and being able to see me here in the States, but on their local news. And so yeah, that was a American dream moment, if you will, in that particular time.
I can only imagine the joy and the sense of pride that not just your mother, but the entire family, and even, your family here in America, and your network, and your wife's family. We are extended family kind of people.
Right.
In my community, I have great friends who are like family. We fellowship together. Their family has become ours. And so I can only imagine the sense of pride and joy at your accomplishment.
No, definitely, definitely. And like you said, we are the people who are a community. All right, we believe that it takes a village to raise a child, and we have a stake in each other's success. All right, and so yeah, so when one of us succeeds, we all feel as if we've succeeded, and if one of us can make it this far, then that means there's a chance and there's hope for us as well. And so more than anything, that's what I want my story to represent. A sense of inspiration to inspire people to realize their own gifts and talents and take it as far as they want to take it.
Yes, and I like that. I like the fact that you said that when one of us succeeds, it means we have all succeeded. Now, Kojo, to tell you the truth, whether you would have been a Democrat or a Republican, just the fact that you have Ghanaian ancestry, I would be proud regardless of whichever political party you belong to. And just to see a young man like you accomplish so much and to give back to his community and teach, little children, kindergartners, it's amazing. And so I would support, and I believe there's so many who are like me, regardless of which part of the aisle you belong to, we
Right.
will support you because it's beautiful to see.
Right. Definitely. Definitely. And we're not a partisan people, right? And I always say I'm not necessarily playing for the blue team or the red team. I'm playing for Team Humanity, right? That's why I'm talking to you on the Humanity Chat podcast. But like, yeah, at the end of the day, it's about ensuring that everybody can have the chance to achieve their full potential and have the opportunity, right, to be their best selves. And so I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, unaffiliated, Green Party, Libertarian, right? We're running to represent everybody and respect everybody. At the end of the day, we're all human beings, right? And there's more that we have in common than we have different about us. And then the things that are different about us, we also celebrate them anyway, because our differences make us unique and they allow us to offer value, right, to each other that otherwise wouldn't be there. And so that's what we're running to represent.
Yes, it is important. It is important to celebrate our differences. And Rosamond Saponowens is saying exactly.
Mhm.
And we have all these comments. Yes, that's what it should be about, humanity. And I
Mhm.
would say that we are not a nation of red states or blue states. We are the United States of America, and that is what we stand for. We have Christine watching from London. She said,
Nice.
"You made us proud. Well done." Yes. Oh my goodness, Kojo. Good job. Well said, Moko Abweko. Um,
Thank you.
I could go on and on. You have Nana Masam. She said, very inspiring story. Um,
Thank you, Nana.
yes, yes. What an incredible story. Mama is so proud of you, and I am too. Love you, son.
Thank you,
Wow.
Mom. Thank you, Mama. Mhm.
You have a lot of mamas, Kojo. So it's not going to be hard to get your buffroats and your meat.
Yes, yes. It's on the way. It's on the way.
Now, Bala is saying, Kojo, you got this. Success will continue to be yours, and that you are a winner. Now, there's so many comments, Kojo. I don't think I will be able to highlight all the comments that are coming up. Asaya says Kojo's story is so similar to the Obama story, and that what does that tell us? I'm not wearing my glasses, Kojo. I can't really read, but yeah, she's saying she wishes she had a vote in Oklahoma. I think that's what she said.
Hey, come join us over here. We're saving a seat for you in Oklahoma.
Yes, yeah. I mean, you have a lot of love from all over the world, so this is wonderful.
Awesome.
I bet with this on YouTube, somebody's probably going to forward it. You know how these WhatsApp messaging
Man, I
go.
found out. Mhm.
Yes, and so your mama is going to see it and be like, "Hey, Kojo." if she
Yeah.
if she is half as dramatic as my mom, oh my God, Holy Ghost fire! It's just. Juliet Kofi from Massachusetts says, "Keep it up, Kojo."
Thank you,
Yeah.
Julia.
Yeah, I mean, if we go on, I believe you would have people from every state.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is amazing. It is amazing. And your story, I mean, Kojo, is out of a novel, but it is your truth.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, how does your wife feel about you being in politics?
Yeah, I mean, my wife is incredible. She's actually my better half, right? And her story is um, even more inspiring. Her name is Onika. She was born in New Jersey, but spent most of her kind of early years in Southern California, and then spent some years in her high school years in Mississippi. So she's kind of been all over the place. But she was a foster child. So unfortunately, she was born to a mom who unfortunately got hooked on drugs, and they were even homeless at a certain point, living on Skid Row. And so I believe it was the age of 4 or 5, her and her siblings were taken away from their mom and, placed into the foster care system and bounced from one family to the next. And by the grace of God, I think at the age of 8 or 9, landed in, her current family, with a father who was a minister and a man of faith, and took her in, and had a wonderful mom as well. And so yeah, and then she went on to go to college, get a full ride scholarship to Cal State Fullerton. And I think the percentage of foster children who end up graduating from college is only 2%, right? So it's minuscule. And so incredible story. And then after graduating, out of a sense of gratitude, decides she's going to pay it forward and become a teacher, right? And so she also joined Teach for America. We didn't know each other, right? We were making similar decisions, right, from either side of the coast. I was on the East Coast, she was on the West Coast, and she decided she was going to teach first grade. And she landed in Oklahoma, and I landed here as well on June 4th, 2013. And on that fateful day, we met, right? And I believe God brought us together. And we had this crazy notion that we could use education to change the world, right? And now we're in partnership, and trying to do that. And so she is, she's now a program officer for the George Kaiser Family Foundation, which is the biggest philanthropic organization here in Oklahoma. And she also just opened her very own coffee shop and bookstore this July. And it's called Fulton Street Books and Coffee. It's amazing. It's been featured in USA Today, in Oprah Magazine, in The New Yorker, and she's been featured on MSNBC. So she's doing her thing, and I'm so proud of her. I'm inspired by her, and we're just trying to be the best that we can be, set a great example for our daughter and for everyone else who may be watching us, and try to make a difference in this world while we're here, and leave a lasting legacy.
Oh my goodness, Hadassah has the best parents.
Thank you.
I kind of have a hashtag going in my head, like Konika, you guys.
Well, our wedding hashtag was, what was it? Kojo Nika, I believe it was. Kojo Nika.
Kojo Nika, you guys are doing it, and I'm here for that. Wow, I am proud of her. I'm going to have to get with her so that she can carry my books in her bookstore.
Oh, there you go.
That's going to be my angle. Oh, this is amazing.
You can find her on social media at Fulton Street 918. Instagram is at Fulton Street 918. So
I will look for her. Just let her know my social media handle is this Marjy Marj. So I probably will start stalking her, because I'm proud of what she's done, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you guys. Now we're gonna go back to the chat room and see what people are saying. Echo Fisher says, "Well done, Kojo. I was in Tulsa last year and saw your story in the paper." Hey, Kojo, you are famous. Wow, that's amazing. Now, Angela Quay says, "Keep up the great work, Kojo." And I believe Moko is Maya, dear.
Maya, dear.
Yes. See, now we have to read that tree. And I believe she's probably referring to you and Nika.
She probably is. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You guys are a unit. I mean, everybody's kind of doing their own thing, but everybody's doing their own kind of cool thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, and Vivian says, "Yes, we can." I believe she's yes. Vivian is from Florida, I believe. Yes, you and wife are so inspiring. Wow. Yes, Rachel, they are. They are, and Kojo, I'm sorry. I know this is your interview, but I am a girl power kind of person. So I know you've achieved a lot, but I'm kind of just putting you to the side right now because I'm like Team Monica,
Hey, That's fine by me. That's fine by me.
Well, this has been such a lovely conversation with you, Kojo. I know that you have a message for your constituents, and you also probably have a message just to inspire the young ones who may be watching this video after this live stream, because this video is going to be on YouTube. It is going to be on Facebook on the Marjy TV page. Guys, you can always subscribe to Marjy TV on YouTube or to the podcast to listen to Kojo. Spread the word. Let everybody know about this man, this young man. Marjy TV is on social media. Our handle is kind of new because I started this as a hobby under this Marjy Marge, and now we have Marjy TV. So hey, go follow, and give me the 5 stars on the podcast if you like it. If you don't like it, don't give me a review. I don't want you to give me a 1 star. We've done a lot of talking, and at this time, I am going to remove myself from the room so that Kojo can have the floor and talk to you all. So here we go, Kojo. It's all yours.
Well, thank you so much, Marjy. So my name is Kojo Asamoa-Caesar. I am a husband. I am a new girl dad. I am a son of immigrants who came to this country in pursuit of the American dream. And I am a proud product of public schools, great public school system, and teachers who were well paid and inspired me and encouraged me and told me I had great leadership potential. And I was able to be the first in my family because of those great teachers and the sacrifices of my parents to be able to go to college and graduate from college. And then I had the great privilege of attending law school at the oldest law school in this country. And I was able to graduate from law school. And out of a sense of abundance and a commitment to a higher purpose and a cause greater than myself, I decided to forego a practice in law and become a kindergarten teacher. And I joined Teach for America, and they sent me to Tulsa, Oklahoma, home to historic Black Wall Street, which in the early 1900s was the wealthiest African-American community in the nation. It was also known as Little Africa. How ironic, right? That my parents came from Africa to the States, and here I was teaching our youngest learners in a place known as Little Africa, trying to reclaim the legacy of Black Wall Street and Black excellence. And I am now the Democratic nominee for Congress here in Oklahoma's 1st District. And I am running to build an America that is as good as its promise, and an Oklahoma that works for all of us. We can adequately fund our education system. We can pay our teachers what they're worth so that we can attract the best and the brightest into such a great profession, a profession that is a labor of love. All of us who have had the fortunate chance to be successful know that it was because of our teachers, and we can name the teachers who impacted us and are responsible for our success. So we have to respect our teachers, all right? And then we have to go beyond that, right? We have to ensure that here in America, in the greatest economy in the world, nobody has to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet. So let's raise the minimum wage. Let's pay people a living wage. And when we encourage people to work hard and pursue their dreams, when they get sick in this country, they shouldn't go bankrupt just because they can't afford health care. All right. Let's ensure that everyone is covered under our healthcare system, because we're all paying for it anyway. So it's the right thing to do. It's the moral thing to do. And then we need to come together as a country. And so we need leaders who are going to wake up every day and intentionally try to bring us together. We need leaders who are going to build bridges instead of walls, because we are dangerously divided. And we know that a house divided cannot stand. All right. And so I am running to bridge the divide. We need selfless leaders, not self-dealers. We need leaders who are committed to public service, leaders who are going to serve us, serve the people, instead of serving special interests or serving corporate interests or serving the cronies or serving their own interests, right? We need representatives, because we're in the government of the people, by the people, for the people. So I'm going to be that kind of leader. And this election is about character. It's about competence. It's about compassion. It's about our children, and it's about community. And so I am so excited about this election. I'm so excited about our prospects for victory. So if you're in Oklahoma, if you're in the first district, make sure you have a plan for voting. Make sure you know where your polling station is. And if you're voting early, vote early. If you're voting by mail, get that done as soon as possible. And if you're voting on November 3rd, make sure you're safe, wear your mask, and cast that vote. And I hope I can earn your vote. Vote for Kojo Asamoa-Caesar to represent the 1st Congressional District of Oklahoma. Thank you so much, Marjy, for having me. And for those who are watching from, across the United States and across the globe, I just want to encourage you, do some soul searching, find your purpose, all right, and commit yourself to service, because you are going to grow and manifest your highest potential when you commit yourself to a cause greater than yourself, and you commit yourself to helping others achieve their dreams and their goals. You'll be able to achieve your dreams and your goals. And always believe in yourself. Your potential is not limited by your race or your ethnicity or what family you were born into or what community you grew up in. All right? You have great potential. You have great potential. And you are a human being. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Don't let anybody dehumanize you. Don't let anybody other you. Don't let anybody try to diminish you, demean you, or disqualify you. You belong. In whatever room you find yourself, you belong. So don't just be in the room. Raise your voice. Speak your truth. And speak on behalf of people who are not in the room. Speak on behalf of people who have been excluded. All right. And that's the kind of world we need. And those are the kinds of leaders and people we need. And you can be that leader. And so thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor to be on today, Marjy.
Well, Kojo. Thank you for sharing your heart and for telling the viewers about your vision and for giving them a call to action. Viewers, this is Kojo Asamoa-Caesar running in Oklahoma, District 1, I believe.
Yes.
And so you have gotten to know him better. You've learned about his sweet mama. You've learned about his uncle. You've learned about his beautiful entrepreneurial wife. He is a girl dad. He's told you his political aspirations. And we've also learned a little bit more about his humanity. This is great, Kojo. I know there are more people. Rosemont said, preach it. I believe that was when you were speaking. Keep soaring, says Isabella Ofori. All the best, Kojo. You have lots of well wishes. Now, Araceli LaRoche, Araceli Hernandez LaRoche, she says, yes, use your voice. I believe she's in South Carolina with me. Thanks, Araceli, for watching. She is a fierce one. Lydia, from the Dakotas, says your words warm my heart. Awesome. And so you have reached people from all over the United States tonight, Kojo. And I believe that these people are going to go ahead and share your video with others, whether they're watching from YouTube, because I see a lot of YouTube viewers, awesome, or whether they're watching from Facebook. And this is great, guys. Tweet about Kojo as an inspiration for the next generation. What he's done, graduated from law school, gone to be a kindergarten teacher, met his wife who was a teacher. I mean, this story, she has a bookstore. She is working for a foundation. We love to see this Black excellence. We love to own it. And so, we have something else here, inspiring the next generation of immigrants leaders, says Mommy Norman. Well, you have reached a lot of people, and I am impressed. You're very well spoken. You're talented. I wish you well in your endeavors. May the good Lord protect you and guide you. May his countenance shine upon you. Viewers, we have had a packed evening. I believe some of you are like, oh my goodness, I'm tired already, but you have to watch that presidential debate. Um, we started off with State Senator Scott Talley representing Spartanburg. And we went on to Dr. Dawn Bingham, who is also vying for a seat. She's actually Senator Scott Talley's opponent. And now we're ending with Kojo Asamoa from Tulsa, Oklahoma. It has been a great night. Thanks for hanging in tight with us. I see there are more comments coming through. I'm so sorry I'm unable to showcase everybody. But Abba Kato says she is proud and all the best. Viewers, thank you. Yes. Thank you for watching Humanity Chats.
And Marjy, I'll say this before we leave too. If you want to find out more information about our campaign and our story, visit our website at kojoforcongress.com, KOJOFOR Congress.com. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Kojo for Congress. So thank you.
Yes, Kojo. I was actually looking for that because it was I wanted to highlight that on the screen, but that comment from earlier has been buried because we have so many comments on here that okay, I just found it, viewers. It says, help us send Kojo Asamoa-Caesar to Congress, and the website is on there, kojoforcongress.com/win. So there you have it. If you are a Democrat or if you're impressed with Kojo, you can visit that website and see what's up. Now, next week we have another packed evening. It's not going to be as packed as today, but we are going to have South Carolina Senate candidate Jamie Harrison join us that evening. Awesome. Make it a date. Join us. The chat room is always open for questions. And so Mr. Harrison is ready to take your questions. And of course, he will be ready to take your compliments as well. We're just going to talk about his humanity. He went to Yale University. His wife also went to Yale, I believe. And so, like you and your wife, Kojo, you guys are poster kids for Teach for America. And so we're going to learn more about Jamie and his family and what his vision is for America. And, right after Jamie, we are going to have former CNN anchor and correspondent Aisha Sase. Aisha has a new show now, Home with Aisha Sase. So she is going to talk about her show. But, she's been doing a lot of African coverage for the COVID-19. Viewers, if you are interested in knowing how COVID is doing in Africa, and I'm not talking about one country, she's been talking to people from different countries. So tune in to listen to Aisha. Also, another awesome thing that Aisha is doing now is, if you haven't heard, Nigeria is going through some rough times with SARS, which is police brutality. It's a division of the police, and they're just not doing things right. So there is this End SARS hashtag movement. It's out there on Twitter. Even Beyonce had said something about it. We have a lot of leaders mentioning it and bringing awareness to it. Aisha has been in the thick of the End SARS movement. And so she's going to talk about that next week as well. So viewers, come back next week. Tell your friends about us. And, it's just an honor to have you all here with us tonight. Thank you, Kojo. And you know what? Don't forget to subscribe. Give us a review. We're on YouTube. We're on all the major podcasts. Let's get it going. We got to get our voices heard out there. And before I leave, Today is already October 23rd in Ghana because of the time difference. So I know that my mama always watches Humanity Chats. Sally baby, I love you. Happy birthday. I will be praying for you. I am so grateful to God for your life. I appreciate you as a praying mother. I cannot wait to talk to you when I wake up in the morning. I have a lot of love in my heart for you. Tomorrow, I'm going to eat jollof rice and chicken to celebrate with you, Mama. I love you. I love you. I love you, Sally. Kojo,
Beautiful.
we're
Awesome.
wrapping up. Yes. Do you have anything else to say before we hit the end button?
This is amazing. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for all who tuned in to watch and all who are going to watch after this live has ended. I appreciate you, and yeah, let's make history on November 3rd.
Well, thank you, viewers. We will see you next week. Until then, it's Humanity Chats with Marjy, and I believe your guest, Kojo Asamoa-Caesar.